The End Times and the Book of Revelation, the Devil in Biblical Prophecy. The Book of Revelation, the last book of the Bible, presents a terrifying vision of the end times, filled with symbolism and prophecies that describe the final battle between good and evil. Within this narrative, the devil plays a central role as the great adversary of God and humanity. He is depicted as the scarlet dragon, the ancient serpent who deceives nations and fiercely wages war against the saints. In Revelation 12, we witness his ultimate expulsion from heaven, where, full of wrath, he descends to earth to persecute those who follow divine truth. In chapter 13, the beast emerges as the representative of his power on earth, exerting influence over the people and demanding worship through the prophetic mark that separates the faithful from the condemned. However, his reign of terror has a foretold end. In Revelation 20, he is finally cast into the lake of fire and sulfur, where he will suffer eternal torment. The devil's fate, according to prophecy, is sealed by divine justice, marking the ultimate victory of Christ and the establishment of a new heaven and a new earth, where evil will exist no more. The figure of the devil in Revelation is not merely a celestial enemy but also a cunning manipulator who operates through deception and false promises. He works through the Antichrist and the false prophet, who perform signs and wonders to deceive humanity and lead it astray from the path of salvation. His ultimate goal is to drag as many souls as possible into perdition, distorting the truth and establishing a global system of idolatry and oppression. The mark of the beast, mentioned in Revelation 13, represents this complete submission to his dark dominion, a sign of allegiance to darkness in opposition to God's light. However, prophecy also reveals that despite the chaos and terror instigated by the devil, his destruction has already been determined. In Revelation 19, Jesus Christ returns triumphantly, riding a white horse, with eyes like flames of fire and a sharp sword coming from his mouth to judge the nations. He defeats the forces of evil in a final battle and binds Satan for 1,000 years, preventing him from continuing to deceive the nations. This millennial period symbolizes Christ's reign over a restored world, where justice prevails and creation is returned to its original state, free from satanic corruption. Yet even after this period of imprisonment, Satan will be released for a short time to test those who dwell on earth. But his final rebellion will be swiftly crushed, and he will be cast forever into the lake of fire, where he will meet his eternal condemnation. This outcome not only seals the enemy's fate but also confirms God's sovereignty over all creation. The book of Revelation concludes with the glorious promise of a new heaven and a new earth, where there will be no more pain, death, or darkness, for God will dwell forever with his people in a kingdom of unshakable peace and justice. This vision of the end times reminds us that, despite the growing darkness and the devil's influence over the world, the final triumph belongs to God. The book of Revelation is not just a revelation of judgment and destruction but also a message of hope and redemption for those who remain faithful. It warns us of the dangers of deception and apostasy but also assures us that divine justice will prevail. The battle between good and evil will have a definitive outcome, and those who trust in Christ will find refuge in the eternal glory of God's kingdom.